Hi, so welcome to the 445th workshop for the Cambridge Union. So this workshop is on the subject of how to free up the mind for concentration. Let's wait a short while in case people are still joining. So hopefully you may have been able to do at least a 1 minute session of mindfulness each day. It's quite good to do a minute of mindfulness between each activity. It's quite a good way to do mindfulness. That after each activity we're doing, we can stop and do nothing for at least a minute. It's also something you could do once an hour. Just spend 1 minute every hour, just resting the eyes. So in terms of concentration in Buddhist meditation, we talk about jhana, which is a Pali word, J-H-A-N-A. So jhana means deep meditation, and it's a kind of concentration which is involves a kind of open awareness, as the mind is free rather than a hard concentration. And you may not have heard this word jhana, but you're more likely to have heard the word chan or zen. So zen is the Japanese word that came from chan, which is the Chinese word that came from jhana, which came from India, or Pali, and it means a deep level of meditation. And basically, that's what we're relaxing into, using the methods I've been leading us through. So jhana or chan or zen is where it's straightforward really, where we're just enjoying relaxing unnecessary mental and physical activity. So there's a few main things, kind of aspects to this which are, the first one is this is enjoyment in relaxation. Even if it's just a small amount, there's always some enjoyment in relaxation. So if you're not, and you might be able to get a sense of this in just 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, if you don't start to get some even a tiny amount of enjoyment and relaxation, then you're not on the right track yet, or it's just going to take you a bit longer. So it's your decision whether you keep going, keep trying, or go and watch this recording again, or go for a walk and have a break and try again. But so if you can't get some sense of enjoyment and relaxation in meditation, then maybe take a break and try again later. So it's good to look for even just a small amount. So the important thing is you can't have one or the other. There's got to be enjoyment specifically in relaxation. So don't look too much for I don't feel enjoyment. You're actually looking for it in relaxation. So if you're not feeling some enjoyment, then it could mean that you haven't actually started to relax noticeably enough yet. So that's really important to know, that we're looking for enjoyment in relaxation. And by relaxation, I mean letting go of some unnecessary mental or physical activity. Yes, that could be tension in the body or thinking, unnecessary thinking or emotion. So this is what we're letting go of in meditation. So meditation, concentration, fundamentally involves letting go rather than adding an activity. So we're not actually, in the direct method we've been doing, we're not adding any activity at all. We're more or less doing nothing. It might feel like you're doing nothing as well. So with the resting the eyes and the letting go of thoughts. The other thing which is important to remember is that we're meditating more with our body than with our mind. It's not something we're doing up here. So that's sometimes I recommend people to try meditating standing up for a while, or to start with, so that they really feel what's going on in their body. You can meditate in any position. I usually meditate in a gravity recliner. I'll put a link in the comments actually for gravity recliners. I really recommend using gravity recliners. You can be comfortable more easily if you've got any issues with your posture. So we meditate more with our body than with our mind. That might sound a bit strange, but most of what's going on with mindfulness is we're letting go of mental and physical activity, and we experience, and the emotions, we experience it a lot in our body. And it also helps to bring awareness into our body, out from our head, and that can help to kind of get away from the thinking habits we have. And a third thing it's worth mentioning is it's really useful to use your breathing as a form of feedback. So the breathing increases and decreases depending on how much mental and physical activity that we're engaging in. So everyone knows, that's obvious. So if you start running, you start breathing more. So the same thing happens in reverse in meditation. When we reduce unnecessary mental and physical activity, the breathing gradually calms down. So that's something we can look for. And that's an indicator that we are actually reducing some mental and physical activity. So the two things that guide us deeper into meditation are the breathing gradually calms down to the point where in jhana, you might not even be able to notice any breathing. And also the enjoyment gradually increases. These are the two of the main indicators that we're calming down. So enjoyment and breathing, and you're doing it in your body. They're the three important things to remember. Let's just put that into action. I've talked quite a lot just then. Let's do a couple of minutes of just resting the eyes. So we're not actually adding any activity, we're just relaxing. So let's spend a couple of minutes. Allow the eyes to rest, maybe naturally or half open, wherever they land in front of you. And don't fix them there, but just if you get the urge to move the eyes, then just allow that to relax. And we're looking for the enjoyment in that relaxation. So let's do a couple of minutes of that. Maybe we'll do 3 minutes and notice if the breathing gradually calms down. So don't worry if the eyes move, just allow them to relax again. So looking for a sense of enjoyment in relaxing any urge, mental or physical urge. So that's about 3 minutes now. So that may have been long enough to get a sense that you were able to enjoy a little bit of relaxing, unnecessary mental physical activity. May or may not have been quite enough time. That be different for everyone. Also, hopefully, you got a sense that you were meditating with your body rather than something you were doing in your head. And you can do that. You can do that meditation standing up if you want to help with that as well. And hopefully, you may have experienced your breathing calming down, even if just a tiny amount, as you reduced unnecessary mental or physical activity. So this is not as I'm not being poetic. So with that, if your mental and physical activity reduces, your breathing will reduce. That's why I say it's an indicator. So it's very accurate actually. So when you're during meditation, you can actually ask yourself, why is my breathing not reducing? the volume? Why is it not calming down to nothing? Why is it not fading entirely? That's a good thing to ask, and you can look inside, and you can actually, you might find, it's because I'm holding some tension or emotion, or there's a lot of thoughts going on. You can even test this by, during meditation, start thinking about something exciting in the middle of the meditation and notice what happens to your thinking, to your breathing. You suddenly start breathing a lot more. So if you're meditating with other people and someone's breathing a lot like they're out on a run, then you know that they're in quite an exciting mental fantasy during that, in that moment. So jhana, there's a stage just before jhana, which is called access concentration, and that's where we're not really very distracted by thoughts or emotions. We've relaxed them almost entirely, but we haven't developed the 5 jhana factors. Well, the main ones being the enjoyment and concentrate, one-pointedness. So in terms of, if you're studying and you want to free up your mind for concentration and study, the main thing that you want to do is to let go of any unnecessary mental and physical activity, and that means relaxing into at least access level of concentration, and that's what we call it in Buddhist meditation. And if you just keep relaxing, then you'll relax into first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. This is traditional Buddhist meditation. So that ideally you keep relaxing as much as you can, and really it's just enjoying deeper and deeper relaxation, and then you can introduce any kind of reflection into the mind. So in the second level of jhana, deep meditation, thinking fades entirely. So some mindfulness teachers will say that you can't stop thinking, it's impossible. That's not actually accurate. You can't stop when you're in normal consciousness. You can't stop the mind throwing out thoughts popping up. But in jhana, the mental and physical activity reduces significantly. In the second jhana, there is no thinking going on, apart from extremely subtle kind of thoughts. You can, I mean, it's not really thinking. You'll still have full awareness in the second jhana. So that's something to aim for. It might not be possible for everybody. If you're really skilled, if your karma's really good, that might be easy for you if you're really lucky. But it might take minutes, hours, weeks, months. You might need a week or two on retreat if you can manage that. But anything, will help. But let's look at what you can do, which a method I haven't introduced yet, which is visualization. So because enjoyment and satisfaction is so vital, some meditation teachers recommend using whatever means possible to get some sense of enjoyment, to kickstart in meditation, and help you get some sense of relaxation. We can use visualization to do this. So it's a kind of placebo effect. So you can kickstart your meditation by imagining something really enjoyable. Yeah, so it could be, you could imagine winning the lottery, for example, your dreams coming true. Something that makes you feel good, something that makes you happy. Ideally, it's not something that gets you excited as well. Yeah, because we want to we want to calm down. Okay, but for a short time, it's not too bad if you get a good feeling out of it. So there are various ways. Let's try a visualization. So you can imagine, let's spend a minute see if you can imagine something really enjoyable. Something easy. Like imagine that you just won the lottery. No more worries, financial worries. Something, one of your dreams comes true. There's no limit, really. Okay, so that some people find that easier than others. That's a kind of a method you can throw in as a kind of intervention. Yeah. Another one is you can visualize healing, warm energy or sunlight coming into the body. That's another good one. Let's try that. Let's try that for a minute or so. Just imagining the sunlight coming down onto your skin. Maybe you're lying on the grass on a hot summer day. The enjoyable, healing sun is heating up inside your body. It's a good feeling. You can feel the warmth inside, maybe in your belly. Or you might maybe imagine sitting in front of a open fire, enjoyable, relaxing wood fire, heating your body, just relaxing. So you may or may not feel something, heat coming into your body. in a relaxing way. Okay, we'll just bring that to an end now. So that's a couple of visualizations. There's like first gear. It's the first gear of mindfulness. So we're adding an activity to aid the mindfulness process by increasing our sense of enjoyment, and that can help us to relax a bit more. So that's how important enjoyment is, a sense of satisfaction. Great. Yeah, nature. Imagining being in nature. Yeah, so it's enjoyable. It's always enjoyable and relaxing. Nature is healthy. So it's a bit like as a simile I came up with, which is which we're trying to take the lid off a jar where it's a bit stuck. Sometimes, normally it's easy to take the lid off a jar. You don't think about it. You just unwind it. That's what you can see as like relaxation in meditation. You just relax directly. If there's a problem though, you try and take the lid off the jar and it just doesn't come off. And meditation can sometimes be like that. We try it and we find actually there's no enjoyment in relaxation at all. We don't find it at all. We've got a few choices. We can just keep trying to take the lid off the jar, keep going longer, stop and come back to it when we feel stronger, maybe. Or we can use activity aids to help to get the lid off the jar. So we can tap the lid, tap the metal a bit to loosen it. We can heat it up a little bit under hot water, or we can get a rubber glove to give us some more grip, that kind of thing. And that's like stepping up or down the gears of mindfulness, where we're using an activity to help shift that lid, but we don't keep on tapping the lid of the jar. We stop, and then we don't forget to actually take the lid off the jar. So the activities, the first and second gear, using the visualization, adding activities like that, they're all like tapping the lid and heating it up, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's not the actual relaxation. They're the aids to relaxation. The actual relaxation is you actually just take the lid off. Yeah, unwind the lid. So after doing the first gear, just stepping up and down first and third gear, using the visualization or the repetition, you stop and then you do nothing. You relax. Let's do that just to finish now. For a minute, just resting the eyes, seeing if it's any different after doing the exercise, allowing thoughts to pop up and fall away again, like taxis going past, which we don't get in. Looking for the sense of enjoying relaxation. Let's do a minute or so. Okay, that's about a minute. So keep going with the 1 minute mindfulness. Try and do a few every day. That's the direct method. And keep looking for the enjoyment and relaxation, and then use the methods when necessary. So thank you. Until next time on Monday.